it's Nicole. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. Today's video, in case you could not tell from my t-shirt, today's video is for the September polish pickup. And yes, this is what the shirt that I was looking at in my polish pickup August wishlist video. September's polish pickup opens on September 3rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I will have all of the information down below. If you are new and have no idea what Polish Pickup is a monthly collaboration between a lot of handmade independent brands. We have nail polish, wax melts, all kinds of fun stuff. Again, all that information will be linked down below. I will also have a link to my blog post where I have all of my swatch photos and like a text-based review for everything that I have here. Let's just get into the video because this is going to be another long one. First up, we have 1422 Designs. Bonnie was inspired by Monster Mash and has created It Was a Graveyard Smash. This one is described as a cranberry jelly with gold to green micro flakies as well as white flakies. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. It took all of my self-control not to sing this polish. Anyway, this one had a really great formula. It applied very smoothly. This is a true cranberry red shade, so all the flakies spread out evenly and easily on their own and do not dry down textured. In person, I was mainly seeing the gold in the flakies. I wasn't seeing a ton of green. It was mostly just the golden color that I was seeing. This has really nice coverage in 2 coats, but to get the color that you see in the bottle, you will want to go in for 3 coats. I did not have any issues with removal or with staining. Next up is Alter Ego. This is a very bittersweet swatch for me. I do believe this is going to be the last polish that I am swatching by this brand as they are closing up. This one was inspired by Pink Pumpkins and it is priced at $10 and has a cap of 50 bottles. I do not have an official description for this one, but what I was seeing in person was like a shimmery pink base that's on the sheer side with like glitter shreds or flakies in irregular sizes, and it's like a mixture of holographic ones. This is a super sparkly polish. Alter Ego is going out with a bang with this polish in my opinion. The glitter shreds do not dry down overly textured. I used 1 coat of top coat and it smoothed it out perfectly. If sheer polishes are not your jam, you can definitely use this one as a topper. On my thumbnail, I showed this in 1 coat over Olive Ave Polish's Strawberry. This is a really beautiful polish. I would recommend soaking this one off for the easiest removal experience. Next up, we have Babygirl Lacquer with Frankie's Boo Thang. This one is described as a gray to light gray thermal. It's a hashtag glow-in-the-dark acrylic with assorted shimmer pigments, UCC flakies, hollow and iridescent glitters, and hollow shards. This one is inspired by Bride of Frankenstein. At the time of recording, I do not have a price or a cap for this polish. Once I get it, I will have that updated on my blog post. This polish had a really nice jelly-like formula. Unfortunately, I think the thermal pigment in this one died on me in transit because I could not get this one to change colors. Also, unfortunately, my battery died mid-swatch, so I do not have a full swatch for this one. I did use 3 coats for this polish. So the glow-in-the-dark pigment in this one was very strong and very glowy. I did not have any issues getting it to glow. Other than the previously stated issues, I had no problems with this polish. It was very beautiful. So for me, this polish was a 3-coater. It was on the more sheer side. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be overly difficult to remove. Next up is BCB Lacquers with I Am Calm. This one is inspired by fan art of the Sanderson sisters and it's described as a dark teal polish with a blue to green shift, blue micro flakies, and hollow. It's priced at $13 for 16.5 ml and has a cap of 150 bottles. I fully recognize what I'm about to say is very weird, but have you ever had one of those polishes that just looks so beautiful you want to like jump into it? That's how I feel when I look at this polish. Like, it is freaking gorgeous. Weirdness aside, this polish had a really great formula. This brand always does shimmers really well, super opaque. This one is potentially a 1-coater on shorter nails, but I use 2 coats for my photos. This is just so beautiful. Also, make sure to wear base coat with this one. If your nails are prone to staining, you might even want to double up on base coat. This one is very opaque and very pigmented. I did not experience any staining though. BCB Lacquers is also bringing their whipped sugar scrub to the polish pickup. This one is called Witch's Brew. It's described as having scents of top notes of ginger, fizz, oranges, toasted orange zest, lemon, sugar, and musk. This has white and brown sugar for extra exfoliation, and throughout the scrub you will see orange and purple jojoba beads. And what you're seeing on top here are also the jojoba beads. Those are not like candy sprinkles. This smells delicious, looks delicious, but do not eat it. I will fully admit it did look like food to me. So if you have small children, make note of that. This scrub was just so beautiful. It honestly hurt me a little inside to have to use it because it just looks so pretty. But plus side, as I use it, this teeny tiny amount that I use here, when I went to rinse it off, I rubbed this into my hands and really exfoliated my hands, and I actually really like how this feels. I ended up really liking this scrub. It feels a lot less gritty than my usual sugar scrub, so it feels a little bit less abrasive, but it still gets the job done. Next up is Bee's Knees Lacquer with the Blood Moon. This one is inspired by American Horror Story Roanoke, and it's described as an orange to gold to green pastel multichrome loaded with black to red multichrome flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. The Blood Moon had a really great formula. I have just been loving the pastel multichromes that this brand has been making. They just look so cool in person. For this pastel multichrome, this one is more opaque than the pastel multichromes in the From Blood and Ash collection that was just released. This one is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference, and you will not have visible nail line with this polish. And you also will not have any brush strokes in the multichrome pigment in this polish. I was seeing all the described colors in person, and the black to red multichrome flakies in this are the same flakies that were in the Resident Evil Village collection. Next up is Cameo Colors Lacquers with Spooky Silhouettes. This one is inspired by spooky shapes silhouetted against the moonlight. It's described as a glow-in-the-dark crelly base with a variety of micro flakies, UCC flakies, black hollow micro glitter, aqua shimmer, hollow sparkle, and this one glows aqua in the dark. Each polish of this one sold will come with a small bag of black matte bat glitters for glitter placement. It's priced at $11.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 105 bottles. This polish had a really great crelly formula. All of the flakies and glitters spread out evenly and easily on their own, and you do not need to do anything special to get great coverage. This one will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length. You can see here that I am just adding on the glitters after I did 3 coats. I would actually recommend adding the bat glitters on after your first and second coats, and kind of layering the bat glitters between the layers of the polish. If you do it that way, these glitters will not dry down textured. The way I am doing it here, I used 2 coats of top coat to smooth them out, and they were still just a tiny bit still textured. So yeah, I would definitely recommend layering, that the base is sheer enough that you can definitely layer them and still see the bats and get a really cool look on the nail. And also, the glow-in-the-dark aspect for this polish is one of the strongest glow-in-the-darks that I have ever worn, like ever, period. This one, I charged it up using a UV flashlight, but I actually noticed when I brought this one outside that it charged up in the natural lighting really well. Next up is Color Spectrum Polish with Say His Name 5 Times. This one is inspired by the one and only Candyman and is described as a bloody red base with loads of gold shimmer and scattered black holographic glitter. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has a cap of 115 bottles. This polish had a really nice formula. You just saw here, I actually did not keep enough polish on my brush, so that's what I had to dip back in to get some more polish out. But yeah, this one had a great formula. I didn't have any application issues. I found in person that this polish is more of like a orangey reddish type color and not like a bloody red The gold shimmer in this gives it a very orangey look. And I also found that it has an almost color shifty look on the nail as well. Like as you move your hand around, you're going to get like a red to orange kind of color shift look. It looks really beautiful. The black holographic glitters in this are extremely holographic. I would not have known that they were black hollow glitters if I did not have the description in front of me. Like they just look like super blingy holographic. I just want to say I love the inspiration for this polish. So this one is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your personal preference. To get the color that you see in the bottle, you will want to go in for 3 coats. And also the glitters do not dry down textured and these will not be difficult to remove. Next up we have Crystal Knockout with Hand Over the Treats. This one is inspired by a cute little cat trying to steal your candy stash on Halloween. And it's described as a dark gray Crelly with matte neon green and orange dot glitters and matte orange and white hex glitters. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has no cap. This polish had a great Crelly formula. It was slightly on the thicker side, but I did not have any application issues. This polish will start off on the more sheer side, so you definitely want to build it up for full opacity. I think it will be a solid 3 coater for pretty much everyone to get that nice gray color that you're seeing in the bottle. I do want to note, you can see where I'm pointing with the arrow here, I did have a little bit of unmixed pigment in my polish. I did mention this to the maker, so this should not be an issue for customer bottles. This is such a fun polish. I do want to note that the glitters in this are blacklight reactive. So if you have a black light, you will see some glowing. Also, this polish does dry down a little bit textured, so you will want to go in for 2 coats of top coat. I used 1 coat of the Glisten Glow glitter grabber, and then I went in for my usual KBShimmer top coat. Removal will be on the tricky side due to all of those glitters. Crystal Knockout will also have a fun shimmer topper called a Witch's Work. This one is inspired by a witch getting ready to work her magic on a fall evening, and it's described as a topper with an orange glow, a golden shifting shimmer, iridescent flakies. Is priced at $10 for 15 ml and has no cap. A Witch's Work had a really great formula. It felt slightly on the thicker side, but it applied very evenly and easily, so no application issues. The shimmer in this looks amazing over black. I used my usual 1 coat black by Heather's Hues called Shadow for this swatch. But you can definitely pair this one with a variety of colors. I'm actually really curious how this one looks over purple. I feel like that would look super Halloween-y. Anyway, so the shimmer in this, I was seeing like a goldish orange to a green color shift over black. And the flakies have a orange, violet, gold kind of color shift to them. This one is really gorgeous. I really think you can get very creative with this topper and you don't have to wear it over black. This does dry down slightly dull, so you will want to go in for top coat for a nice glossy finish. And this one also looks really cool matte. Next up, we have Cupcake Polish with Fangs for the Memories. This one is inspired by vampires and it's described as a blood red linear holographic. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Fangs for the Memories had a really great formula. This went on buttery smooth. It's very opaque on the first coat, but not quite a 1 coater. Maybe if you have shorter nails and you go in for 1 thicker coat. So this polish is described as a blood red. I found in person that it leaned more of like a pinky berry type shade. It did lean very pink on me, but in person I would say I would call it like a pinky purple, maybe a fuchsia, not really a blood red in my opinion. This one is extremely pigmented, so definitely make sure to wear base coat if your nails are prone to staining. Potentially 2 coats of base coat if you are prone to staining. I did not experience any staining with this polish. Next up is Fancy Gloss with Spooktacular. At the time of recording, I do not have all of the details for this polish, so I'm just going to tell you what I was seeing in person. This one is a clear when warm to a deep purple when cold thermal with what I believe are metallic flakies. Once I get all of the information for this polish, I will update my blog post. This polish had a fantastic formula. We all know Fancy Gloss knows how to make a flaky thermal and they do them oh so well. So this one was changing on me right away. You can see here on my pointer finger and my ring finger that when it's transitioning on your nail, you're going to get a really beautiful gradient effect. You're going to get like a whitish clear in the warm state to a light, almost pinky purple, all the way to like a deep Halloweeny appropriate purple. This thermal is absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. I use 3 coats for my photos. You will have very obvious visible nail line with this polish in the warm state. Next up, we have Glisten Glow with Cats and Bats. This one was inspired by Halloween superstitions of black cats and spooky bats that fly at night when trick-or-treating. This polish is described as a very vampy and mysterious dark purple that's almost black with iridescent flakies. There are also holographic flakies and extra hollow sparkle. This one is priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has no cap. Cats and Bats had a really great jelly formula. This polish did not feel overly thick or thin, and I did not have any application issues. The purple base is dark. This will look black in some lighting. I found as I was wearing this around my house, it definitely looked like a black. I found the iridescent flakies definitely help it look more purple, but in lower lighting situations, this will look like a black polish. This polish is perfect for Halloween. I love this one. The hollow sparkle is delicate, but I feel like in bright sunlight, you will get lots of hollow bling blow. This one is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length and personal preference. I use 3 coats, and here you can see some nail art that I did. I had so much fun doing the nail art for this design. I will have a link in the description box with my blog post for how I did that nail art. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove, and I did not experience any staining. Hey, editing Nicole here. Once again, I did not like my footage, so I'm gonna chit chat with you all. So right now I am talking about the Glisten Glow Glitter Grabber, which is the Glisten Glow IPU item this month. This is a fantastic product. I have purchased this product long before I was on the Glisten Glow swatch team. This is a product that I always use for all of my glitters. On my blog, if you hear me say I use 2 coats of top coat, that means I use 1 coat of glitter grabber, and then I went in for another layer of my regular quick dry top coat. Basically what this product does is that it smooths out your textured or glitter finish polishes, and it basically sinks into the layers of the glitter, so that way when you go in with your normal top coat, that the glitters don't suck in your top coat and leave you with a bumpy finish. This is a fantastic product. I can't stress enough how much I love this one. I have been using it since Jill basically came out with it, I think. I've been using it for that long. It is a fantastic product. You do not need to pair it with the Glisten Glow top coat to use it. I have used it with my KBShimmer. I've used it with the Zombie Claw. I've used it with Super Chick. I've used it with Bee's Knees. I've used it with Swamp Gloss. I have used it with pretty much everyone's top coat, and I have not had any issues. One thing I will note, Jill does recommend letting your polish dry completely before going in with your glitter grabber. I honestly am not patient enough for that. Basically, so when I tap my nail, it no longer leaves a fingerprint. That's usually when I go in for my top coat. So for however long you normally wait to go in for your first layer of top coat, that's when you put on glitter grabber. And for me, so I just wait till I can tap it and it doesn't leave any indents. That's when I go in. I let that dry for a few minutes, and then I go in for another layer of my normal quick dry top coat. It is just a fantastic product. I love it so much. Next up is Hearts and Promises with Frankie. This one is inspired by the one and only Frankenstein, and it's described as a green to black thermal loaded with purple shimmer. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 250 bottles. This polish had a really great formula. It was a little bit on the thin and sheer side, but it did not feel watery. This one is going to be a solid 3 coater to get a nice base color in it. You will still have some visible nail line with this polish. I will have a shot of this over a visible nail line blurring base. This polish really nailed the inspiration. This definitely makes me think of Frankenstein with these colors. The shimmer in this is very glowy. This was just an absolutely beautiful polish. I was actually surprised that I liked this one as much as I did. It does dry down dull, so you will want top coat for a nice glossy finish. And I did not have any issues with this one staining or having a hard time getting the colors to change on me. Next up, we have Heather's Hues with Get Lit. This one is inspired by jack-o'-lanterns hanging out on a porch, and it's described as a black base with a touch of black to red multi-chrome flakies, and then loaded with a mix of metallic and hollow glitters, as well as more multi-chrome flakies. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has no cap. This polish had a really great formula. All of the glitters and flakies spread out evenly and easily on their own without you needing to do anything special. This polish is literally Halloween in a bottle, and I am here for it. It is so pretty. I love it. It's really, really cool. This polish will be opaque in 2 to 3 coats depending on thickness in coats, personal preference, and potentially your nail length. I'm showing it in 3 coats. I had a little bit of transparency on my tips because my nails are clear, but for personal wear, I would wear this one in 2 coats. This polish does dry down textured, so you will want to go in with a glitter-eating top coat with this polish. I used the Glisten Glow glitter grabber, and then I went in with my usual KBShimmer quick dry top coat. Removal will be tricky just due to all of those glitters. I would highly recommend soaking this one off or wearing a peel-off base coat. Next up, we have KBShimmer with Witch Please. This one is inspired by that amazing movie, Halloween Town. This polish is described as a grape-leaning purple crelly loaded with color-shifting flakies, as well as extra silver hollow sparkle. This one is priced at $11 for 15 ml and has a cap of 750 bottles. This polish had a really great formula. I only have 2 coats here for my live swatch. I could have sworn that I did 3 coats of this polish, but I can't find my notes, so I don't know anymore. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, this one was really gorgeous. These flakies, they just look so glowy and beautiful. Like, this polish is just mind-blowingly gorgeous. Like, those flakies are stunning. They do not dry down textured, so you won't have any issues on removal, and no issues with staining with this polish. Glisten Glow is also going to be having their sugar scrub in this month's polish pickup, and the scent this month is Warm Apple Cider. This smells exactly as you think it would. It has a nice appley scent with, you get the cloves and cinnamon. And as you can see here, this scrub now comes with a new heat sealed lid, so you should not have any issues with this one leaking in transit. So my camera actually stopped recording at some point when I was showing the texture of this product. So I am inserting a clip here from one of the previous month's scrubs. The scrubs all always have the same texture. It's always just the fragrance and the colors that are a little bit different. So this is priced at $10 for 9.5 ounces and has no cap. Next up is Leesha's Lacquer with the Pump King and Pump Queen of Halloween. This one is inspired by pumpkins and is described as a black jelly base with gold flakies and orange hex glitters in multiple sizes. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has no cap. This polish had a really great formula. It was on the more sheer side, so you're definitely going to want to build this one up for full opacity. Although even in 3 coats, you will still have some visible nail line. This polish would be really great to layer with some nail art. I also think if you want this to be a bit more opaque, you could also layer it over a black cream. I think this would look fantastic over a black linear holographic or even like a purple holographic. Like, I don't know, there are a lot of possibilities with this polish. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So the glitters and flakies all spread out evenly and easy on their own. And I was very surprised that this does not dry down textured. I only needed 1 coat of top coat to completely smooth it out and give it a nice shine. This polish is another one that is just so Halloween-y. I just love it. Removal will be on the tricky side due to all those glitters. Definitely soak this one off or wear a peel-off base coat. Next up is LynB Designs with Spirit Offering. This one is inspired by leaving treats for spirits during Samhain so they won't trick you. This one is described as a dark pink to yellow to green shifting multichrome with a silver magnetic pull and scattered holographic flakies. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has no cap. This polish had a fantastic formula. It is extremely opaque. This can definitely be a one coater if you do not plan to magnetize it. I am showing it here in 2 coats. On my live swatch nail, I did not magnetize it. And on my other nails, I magnetize it using the ring magnet that I demoed last month. I will have the video for that in the cards as well as in the description box. So this polish was so cool and so beautiful. I am really enjoying the magnetic polishes by this brand. They all are just so phenomenal. This polish was super easy to magnetize, no application issues, no issues on removal as well. Just, yeah, phenomenal. Next up is my indie polish with Mombies. At the time of recording, I do not have an inspiration for this one. Once I get it, I will have that in my blog post. This polish is described as a grayed out green with purple dots and stars and a little bit of shimmer too. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. This polish had a great Crelly formula. All of the glitters spread out very evenly and easily on their own. I did hold the bottle upside down, and you can see here I did dab a couple of star glitters into places when they got stuck on my brush. Tried to control myself as far as glitter placement goes. I think I did a pretty good job this time. But yeah, I think this one will be pretty user-friendly if you're not used to applying like chunky glitter polishes. And I feel like this base was like, it started out as like a minty green and has this like a hint of gray to it. This will dry down, slightly textured. You will want to go in for 1 to 2 coats of top coat to completely smooth it out. I did use glitter grabber before I went in with my usual top coat. This will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference, and removal will be difficult. Highly recommend soaking this polish off. Next up is NeVerMind Apothecary with the Ghost with the Most. This one is inspired by Beetlejuice, and it's described as a glow-in-the-dark polish with a ghostly white base, green to yellow shimmer, and black flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. This one had a really great formula. I was genuinely surprised at how much I enjoyed this polish. The shimmer in this just, it glows on your nail, and it's just so beautiful. I'm sorry, I know I say that all the time, but sometimes I just get so impressed by a polish, and this was one of those polishes that just really, really impressed me. So this one does glow in the dark. I found that this one also glowed very easily in the dark. I found just walking outside and getting natural light shots caused this one to glow for me. But I did charge this up with a blacklight flashlight for my swatch photos as well as the video portion here. This will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length. I use 3 coats for my photos. Next up is Owl Lacquer with that Halloween glow. This one is inspired by glowing jack-o'-lanterns, and it's described as a blackened orange base filled with an orange to bronze to gold to green shimmer. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. This is another polish that was just so extremely glowy. I was just like, wow. So this had a really great formula, not too thick or too thin, and applied very nicely. The base for this is like a blackened pumpkin orange, and paired with the shimmer, it's Halloween in a bottle. This one is so beautiful. The shimmer does not show brush strokes at all. You just get pure color shifty goodness. I was seeing all of the described colors in person. This polish will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own nail length. I use 3 coats here for my swatch photos. If I wear this one again, I would wear this one in 2 coats. This polish would be so fun to use as like for reverse stamping to fill in like a Halloween pumpkin image. Just throwing that out there. If you end up doing that, please tag me in the post because I would love to see it. No issues on removal or with staining. Owl Lacquer also is bringing a flaky topper to the polish pickup. This one is called The Answer is Treat. This is inspired by brightly colored candy wrappers, and it's described as a clear base with a holographic microflakes red to orange to gold, and green to blue to purple multi-chrome flakes. This can be worn in one coat as a topper or 3 coats on its own. It's priced at $12 and has no cap. I love, 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 love this topper. This one is so pretty. So I really like this as both a topper as well as in 3 coats on its own. On my ring finger there, I am showing this in 3 coats on its own. You will have some visible nail line in 3 coats, but it's largely distracted by the flakes, but if you look for it, you will see it. Nothing in here dries down. What was that here? Nothing in here will dry down textured, and it should not be difficult to remove at all. I swatched this one over a dark gray cream that will be coming to the September Talk Indie to Me box. My review will be up later today. Next up, we have NvR Enuff with Case Studies. This one is inspired by The Fourth Kind, and it's described as a blue-based jelly filled with a blue to green to gold shifting flaky, micro metallic green flakes, and black galaxy glitters. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. This polish has a really great formula. All of the flakies and glitters spread out evenly and easily on their own without needing to do anything special. I actually goofed on this swatch. I accidentally added top coat too early, so my middle nail is showing this polish in 2 coats and my other nails are showing it in 3 coats. That 3rd coat does add to the opacity as well as deepening the color. I personally prefer this one in 3 coats. You will have some very slight visible nail line even in 3 coats, but the glitters and flakies largely distract from it. Next up, we have Poetry Cowgirl with We're All Dead Things. This one is inspired by Kristen's love for dressing up for Halloween, and it's described as a dark gray base with a strong green to blue to purple shifting shimmer and a tiny hint of blue to purple to red micro UCC flakies. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has no cap. This polish starts off on the sheer side, but it had a pretty good formula. I did notice that this polish did have a tendency to pull up previous layers if they weren't 100% dry or if I overworked it, so make note of that. Other than that, no real application issues. I'm really digging this base color paired with the shimmer. In person for the shimmer, I was mainly seeing a green to a blue. I don't recall really seeing too much of a purple. This was a really fun polish, and I feel like this one is very seasonally appropriate right now. This will be a 2 to 3 coater. I feel like it will probably be a 3 coater on pretty much everyone, but you might be able to get away with 2 coats if you have very short nails. Nothing in here dry down textured or will be difficult to remove. Next up, we have Pretty Beautiful Unlimited with Foolish Mortals. This one is inspired by The Haunted Mansion. It's described as a medium purple Crelly base with holographic pigment, Aurora shimmer, and a mix of Halloween-inspired holographic glitters and a mix of 5 Crystal Chameleon flakies. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 190 bottles for the US and 10 for the UK. This polish had a great formula. For whatever reason, this one reminded me of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Like, I kept singing Poor Unfortunate Souls the whole time I was watching this one. Like, I don't know, that's just what popped into my head. Anywho, all of the glitters and flakies spread out evenly and easily on their own. This one is extremely holographic. I wish it was a nicer day out when I swatched this one so you all could see just how holographic this one is. This one is so beautiful and sparkly. This will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your own personal preference. The 3rd coat does deepen the color just slightly, and look at that shimmer. Just wow. This polish was absolutely gorgeous. It does dry down slightly textured, but 1 coat of top coat seemed to smooth it out completely. Pretty Beautiful Unlimited is also bringing one of their fantastic wax melts to the polish pickup. The scent for this is described as vanilla frosting, cinnamon sticks, toasted graham crackers, and a juicy raisin. This one is priced at $6 for 2.5 ounces and has a cap of 90 for the US and 10 for the UK shop. This one smells so good. Like, I'm sniffing it here right now so I can tell you all what it smells like. And I'm picking up the vanilla frosting, the cinnamon sticks, the graham cracker, like a spiciness. I really hate raisins, like with a passion, and I'm not picking up any like raisiny smell in this. This one just smells so good. This is going to be perfect for fall. The scent throw with this wax melt is so good. I had this one that you're seeing here melting going in the nail room all day, and the whole room just smelled so good, and it even went out into the main part of the house. And I also really love how the wax color of itself is very Halloween-y. Next up, we have Red-Eyed Lacquer with I've Got the Kielbasa You Ordered. This one is inspired by Trickster from Supernatural and is described as a grade indigo base with a red to pink shifting multi-chrome shimmer. It's priced at $12.50 and has a cap of 200 bottles. This one starts off on the more sheer side, so you're definitely going to want to build this one up for more opacity. Otherwise, this had a really great formula. In person, I was seeing a lot more color shifts than the description says. In person, I was seeing like a red to a pink to an orange and like a hint of green at extreme angles. This one is just so beautiful. Like, this month is just full of super glowy polishes, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. In person, I was not seeing brush strokes in the polish, but as I watch this footage here and I'm looking at my swatch photos, it does look like the camera picked up some brush strokes, but I was not seeing them like with my eyeballs. So this polish is on the more sheer side, but that sheerness definitely lets you see all of that color shifty goodness. You can also wear this one with a visible nail line blurring base, as I did on my thumb. I'll have a swatch photo of that here. Personally, I liked it both ways. Other than using this one as a topper, I think for opacity, this will be a solid 3-coater on pretty much everyone. So another product that I want to talk to you all about is the Eyed Lacquer Tamesies. This is a hair oil. So I have been using this product since Bianca first sent it to me back in, I think, late April for the May polish pickup. This is a fantastic, fantastic product. Basically, how I use this is not quite as average recommend, but this is what I find works for my hair type. I will pump a little bit into my hand, just like, hold on, just pump a little bit, and I rub my hands together so that it's a little shiny, and then I just massage it into my scalp. Like, I have freeform locks, and I tend to have very dry scalp, so I will just massage this right into my scalp. If your scalp tends to be on the oily side, I would not recommend adding it to your scalp. But my scalp and my hair tends to be pretty dry, so I can really just like rub this in. And then I also will squirt a little bit more into my hands, and I especially like to do this after I wash my hair, but I will just kind of wipe it down my locks like this. And oh god, oh, it smells so good. Oh, yeah, the scent on this one is absolutely amazing. I will have the scent description written here because I did not plan ahead and keep it in front of me. So yeah, I love this stuff. I don't know if you can tell the difference. My hair tends to be pretty poofy in general, so I don't know if you can tell the difference, but like I can feel it on my scalp. And this also, you can also use this as a body oil. When I'm done, I tend to have a little bit left over my hands, and I tend to just rub it on into my hands. It feels really great. This is a light oil. It feels very nice on your hands. I find that the fragrance is like I'm smelling like fruity freshness with this. It's very fruity and fresh, which I personally really like, and it just feels really nice. It's not too heavy. I use this product after I wash my hair. I use it throughout the week in between washes if my scalp is feeling at all dry. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I really enjoy the product, and it feels great on my hair. So if you are like me and you have natural hair, this feels so good on your hair. If you don't have my type of hair, you can definitely use it just to tame your flyaways. I just like it as an all-over oil. Basically, I replaced my usual leave-in conditioner with this product, so that's how I like it. But depending on your own personal hair type, how you use this product might be different. Next up is Sassy Sauce Polish with Witch with a B upgrade. This one is inspired by a photo of a Halloween landscape, and it's described as a silver/blue metallic polish. When magnetized, it has a strong silver cat eye and leaves behind a really cool purple/blue/pink/gold shifty shimmer. This polish was named by Mary Sandberg. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 500 bottles. This polish had a really great formula. This one is very unique to my collection. I can't think of anything that I own that is anything close to this polish. So this one is just, yeah, it's gorgeous. The shifty shimmer underneath of the magnetic pigment is very color shifty. I was seeing all of the described colors in person. So I am kind of struggling right here getting this nail to magnetize. I didn't have issues with any of the other nails, so I'm guessing I kind of waited too long because Stormy decided to play with the magnet on the floor, and then I had to take it from her, and I think I just waited too long to magnetize that nail. So in this video and in my swatch photo, you'll see that my middle nail is now magically magnetized. What I actually ended up doing was adding 1 coat of the DRK Nails Magic Effect top coat for magnetic nail polish, and then I was able to magnetize the nail perfectly fine. If you don't have this top coat, it is extremely handy for magnetic polishes. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. This one was very opaque in 2 coats. I used 3 coats just to magnetize that 3rd layer. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. On my thumb, I show this one unmagnetized. Next up, we have Sweet and Sour Lacquer with Spook Squad. This polish was inspired by this image right here, and it's described as a deep jelly loaded with matte and holographic glitters in different sizes and shapes. You'll find neon pink and green diamonds, white stars, holographic micro bars, black and orange hexes, and best of all, ghost glitters. This one is priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 350 bottles. So this polish was actually the polish that I was most excited to swatch for the entire for this entire month. This was the one that like I was basically dreaming about. This polish had a really great formula. The glitters all spread out evenly and easily on their own. You can see here I am doing a little bit of glitter placement, a little dibby dabbing, just trying to move things around. But that is not really necessary. I find the longer my nails are, the more often I end up having to do this. If you have shorter nails, you won't have that same experience. I did hold the polish bottle upside down between coats to make sure that I was getting the larger glitters out on the nail. I didn't have to do too much fishing to get the glitters that I wanted out. This polish is going to be a fantastic polish to use with the Glisten Glow Glitter Grabber. I did use that for this polish. This one will dry down very textured. You will want to go in for 2 coats of top coat to completely smooth it out. This polish has a ton of glitter in it. Do not try to scrub this one off. You will be in for a bad time. Definitely soak this polish off or wear a peel off base coat. If you do not know how to soak off a polish, please let me know. I can make a super quick video to show just how to do that. And the final polish I have to share is by Twisting Nether Lacquer. This one is called I'm a Cherif. This one is described as a black polish with ruby red, gold, and silver micro flakes, red metallic flakes, and red hollow and silver galaxy glitters. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. This polish had a great jelly formula. It starts off pretty sheer, so you're definitely going to build this one up for full opacity. Although even in 3 coats, you will still have a little bit of visible nail line. Honestly, for personal wear, I would have been tempted to try this one out in 4 coats just to see if it deepened the color any. I use 3 coats for my photos because I have learned that you all don't really want to see me do 4 coats of polishes, so I stopped doing those. Anyway, so all the flakies spread out evenly and easily on their own. This is a super sparkly polish. It's really fun, really beautiful. This polish was reminding me of one of the characters from Titans. I can't remember what their superhero name is. I'll put a picture here. Nothing in here will dry down textured, but this does dry down dull, so you will want top coat for a glossy finish. And that is everything. So like last month, I waited until the last minute to decide on my favorites. So I've got my blog post open right here, so I'm going to be scrolling and deciding what my favorites are. But I do know my #1 top pick this month is definitely going to be the Sweet and Sour Lacquer polish. Yeah, those ghost glitters. I told you all in one of my other videos that the September polish pickup for this brand was going to be epic, and it was so freaking cool. I just love those ghost glitters. Like I'm absolutely obsessed with that one. Like just, it was absolutely fantastic. That's all I have to say about it. Just fantastic, top pick. If you all don't buy this, I'm going to be buying a backup bottle. So you guys have until Sunday to buy your bottle, because Sunday morning when I wake up, I'm buying a backup because I have to. So that's your warning. If you like it, grab it because I'm going in on Sunday to get one. My next top pick is going to be the BCB Lacquers Sugar Scrub. That sugar scrub was so beautiful. I was genuinely upset with myself for having to destroy just how gorgeous that looked. But like once I got my photos, I've been using it like before swatch photos this whole week because it just, yeah, it's just a really nice scrub. Like other than looking really pretty, it feels really nice too. It's not super coarse, so it feels really good for your hands. I know a couple of people have told me that they find the KB Sugar Scrub a little bit too coarse to do for manicures. I personally don't mind. I just add a little bit of water to my hand and it's fine. But I know a couple of people have told me that they feel it's a little bit too coarse for their hands. So I think this one will be really good if you are looking for a nice scrub for your manicures and pedicures. Next top pick is going to be the Bee's Knees Lacquer Blood Moon. That polish was so freaking pretty. It was just absolutely gorgeous. Like, that's all I have to say. It was gorgeous. Next up is going to be the Cameo Colors Lacquers Polish. That glow in the dark was just so freaking bright. I've swatched quite a few glow in the dark polishes the past couple of months since I started swatching. And this one is probably in my top 3 for favorites. If it's not 1, it's number 2. It's definitely my top 3 for favorite and polishes that were easily glowable? I don't know what the word is. Just polishes that glowed very easily. This was in the top 3 for things that I was just really impressed with, and plus the back glitters are a nice touch. Next up we have Glisten Glow's Cats and Bats. If you couldn't tell, if you don't know this about me already, purple polishes with flakies and holographic are polishes that I'm kind of obsessed with, and I have to tell myself not to buy them because I buy them over and over and over and over. I just really enjoy them, and that one was just absolutely stunning. Next up is going to be the Heather's Hues polish Get Lit. That was just like a perfect Halloween-y polish, and I am so ready for Halloween at this point. Yeah, I've got my Halloween wax melt over there. I picked up some autumn fake flowers from Marshall's. Like, I am ready. So yeah, that polish was just really gorgeous. Next up is going to be the LynB Designs polish. This is the magnetic. I've been on a magnetic kick the past couple of weeks. That one is no exception. That one was just really gorgeous. And then also an honorable mention to NeVerMind Apothecary. On the subject of glow-in-the-dark polishes, that also was one that was super, super easy to get glowing. I noticed when I came inside from getting my outdoor shots, despite the it being rather overcast out, I did notice that when I came inside into my dark house, because we don't have very good daylight lighting, my nails were glowing when I walked into my house. So that is another one that was really, really fantastic. So I don't know how many top picks are actually going to make it into the video because I think I just listed like 11 things. And I'm probably going to cut out some of those just for the sake of time. Just for the sake of time, I'm probably going to cut some of those out. So yes, the September polish pickup opens September 3rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The UK shop opens on September 2nd. I will have all that information down below. I would love to know what everyone is picking up. Also, I have not yet filmed my comparisons video, so if you would like me to do a comparisons video with the polishes that I shared today, let me know what you would like compared and what they would be compared to. That helps me out so much. I have a couple of ideas for a few comparisons, but off the top of my head, I'm not seeing a lot of things this month that look like something that I know for sure I definitely have. So I would love to know from you all what you would like to see compared. I think I'm going to be doing another wishlist video since you all liked it so much last month. I'll probably be doing another one of those when wishlisting goes up. So yeah, that is everything. I have blabbered on enough, and Isabel is here trying to get up onto my lap and she's going to knock over my laptop. So yeah, I will talk to you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely weekend, and bye!